Hello and thanks for joining in. We may say that a COVID vaccine is the return ticket to our routine lifestyle. On 29th of July 2020, we came across this article in the leading Indian daily, The Indian Express. While we were so interested in learning about the vaccine, we could not comprehend some of the basic terms used here. This prompted us to make a video. If you want to know about the COVID vaccine, how it should function, its types, latest updates, challenges, and its practicality, you are at the right place. Hello from Visual Designers. If this is the first time you have come to our channel, thanks so much for stopping by. We are a team of young subject matter experts and animation professionals. We are running a series of videos for COVID-19 awareness, bringing in some tips, information, and collation of researched facts which may help you in this pandemic. Please subscribe to our channel to keep getting updates from us. We plan to discuss some pertinent coronavirus vaccine topics in a sequence of 2 videos. In this video, we would take up topics like: how is a COVID vaccine expected to function? What are the different types of coronavirus vaccines? What are the latest updates on COVID vaccine candidates? In part 2, we would discuss the 3 challenges of development, production, and distribution of COVID vaccine. What is the practical picture on COVID vaccine and the world post that? So without wasting any more time, let's get started. It's been over 7 months since researchers in China said they had identified a novel coronavirus spreading in the city of Wuhan. Hope and desire for a vaccine to end the global devastation is growing with each passing week. Across the globe, there is a race to develop COVID-19 vaccine. However, there are 2 types of questions that have been revolving around. First, when will we have a vaccine? Will it be any good? The second is like, this is going to be the fastest vaccine developed ever. Does this mean they are going to cut corners? We do want a vaccine, but we also want a reassurance that it's truly safe and effective. So let's first discuss what is the expected function of a coronavirus vaccine. To better understand this, we need to see the structure of novel coronavirus and how it operates. Meet Coro. It's a 2019 novel coronavirus. Put simplistically, Coro is made up of a spike protein, a M protein, a lipid layer, and on the inside it has the genetic material or the RNA. Coro must infect a living cell in order to reproduce. As Coro enters the human body, it fuses its spike protein with the cell layer and then enters within. The spike protein is used like a key to get inside the cell. As it gains access, the virus hijacks the cellular machinery and uses the genetic material to make more copies of itself. The cell fills up with more and more virus copies until it reaches a critical point and receives one final instruction: self-destruct, thus releasing new corona particles ready to attack more cells. Does this sound like Coro is very smart? Well, our friend Immuno, the immune system element, is only smarter once it recognizes the virus. Speaking very generally, the part of the virus that is most visible to the immune system is the spike protein. Once Immuno recognizes the virus, it produces markers called the antibodies. These attach to the viral spike protein and prevent it from fusing with the healthy cell. Therefore, recognition of the coronavirus component by the immune system is the vital part here. This assistance is provided by the vaccine. Basically, vaccines would expose the immune system to spike protein of 2019 novel coronavirus. The immune system recognizes vaccine agents as foreign bodies, destroys them, and remembers them. In future, when a real infection comes in, the immune system would recognize it and prevent it. So that's the objective of the vaccine. It gives our body a weakened infection. weak enough not to cause any sickness, but strong enough to make the immune system recognize it. We are now in a better position to understand the terms encountered in the newspaper article and what's happening around the world of COVID vaccine. Based on the structure of coronavirus, there can be 4 routes or types of COVID vaccine preparation. These are virus vaccine, viral vector vaccine, nucleic acid or genetic material vaccine, and protein-based vaccine. Does this sound too technical? Please hang on, as we have tried our best to present this knowledge in a simple manner. So let's briefly look at the COVID vaccine types. First is the virus vaccine. Here the vaccine is prepared using the virus itself. A virus vaccine can be prepared from a weakened virus or an inactivated or dead virus. The virus is weakened through injection into a series of animal or human cells till it picks up a mutation and is less able to cause the disease. Codagenix from New York has partnered with Serum Institute of India based in Pune to develop a weakened virus vaccine. A virus can be inactivated using heat or chemicals. India's very popular Covaxin from Bharat Biotech is this type of an attempt. Similarly, Sinovac Biotech's vaccine candidate CoronaVac from China, which is among the leaders in this race, is also an inactivated virus vaccine attempt. The second type of vaccine is the viral vector vaccine. Here, the virus is genetically engineered to produce a vaccine form. This again can be of 2 types: replicating, where the vaccine virus can still multiply within the cell, and non-replicating, that is, where the virus cannot grow within the host cell. For instance, a weakened measles virus can be genetically engineered to produce coronavirus protein in the body. The pharma giant Merck and Austrian player Themis are attempting a vaccine using this approach. A harmless, weakened adenovirus that usually causes common cold in chimpanzees has been genetically modified so that it looks similar to 2019 novel coronavirus. However, it is impossible for it to grow in humans. Thus, this becomes a non-replicating viral vector. The globally acclaimed University of Oxford and AstraZeneca have been working on this type of vaccine. Next comes the nucleic acid or genetic material vaccine. Such vaccines work on the genetic instruction for a coronavirus protein that prompts an immune response. The nucleic acid in the form of DNA or RNA can be inserted into human cells. Indian pharmaceutical giant Zydus Cadila is working on a plasmid DNA vaccine. Similarly, renowned pharma company Pfizer has collaborated with BioNTech from Germany in developing a RNA-based vaccine. Moderna, whose name you might have heard in the news lately, is also attempting a RNA vaccine. The last type is of protein-based vaccine. Here, the fragments of proteins or protein shells that mimic coronavirus's outer coat are directly injected to the body. The 2 types under this category are the protein subunits, where the parts of virus protein is injected directly, and the virus-like particle, where the empty virus shell without genetic material are introduced to the body. Such vaccines have never been used on humans before, but teams like GlaxoSmithKline and Medicago are working on the same. But how do we know whether these COVID vaccine candidates are safe and effective? When experimental vaccines are tested, they usually go through 3 phases of clinical trials. You might have heard that Moderna has entered into phase 3 of its clinical trials, or some news similar to that. So let's briefly look at objectives of these 3 phases. The first phase is the smallest and focuses on safety, making sure that the product doesn't have any dangerous health effects. The second is a little larger, continuing to gather safety data while testing if the vaccine can induce an immune response. The third trial is the largest, and it needs to be big enough to confirm that the vaccine is actually effective in the real world. Here is a COVID-19 vaccine tracker by New York Times. As of 31st July, there are at least 165 candidates that have registered themselves and 27 have progressed for human trials. 6 candidates have progressed through to phase 3 trials, including Moderna, Pfizer, Sinovac and University of Oxford. We have left a link to this tracker in the description. Let's revisit our article. Are you now able to comprehend it better? This brings us to the end of part 1. In part 2, we would take up the challenges and practicality of coronavirus vaccine. Please comment and let us know how did you find this presentation. You can also post your thoughts and views on this rush to COVID vaccine development. If you have found value in this video, please like and subscribe to our channel. It is our true encouragement. Thanks for watching. See you soon in the next video.